Order filled.
Nope. Looks like it's going to be one of those days, traders, where nothing is working. Just not catching a break. All right, we'll wait for the next setup. All right, here we are with my live trade summary from last night. So I'm live trading from 8 p.m. to midnight, or when I get 3 winning trades or 2 losing trades typically, and then I'm done streaming, and it has to happen somewhere in between that window of like 8 and midnight. If something's close to setting up, I'll stay a little bit longer, but for the most part, 8 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time is what I'm doing. And then these videos are my recaps, or basically a summary, I should say, of my live trade. What happened last night in live trading? Where is this trader at? That's the purpose of this video. So, and again, nothing I say in here is trading advice. Please don't copy me. I mean, if you want to, that's up to you, but probably better not to. At least, maybe if I'm making $1 million a week, you could say, let me copy this guy. But right now, it's purely speculation. Trading is very risky, and I'm just showing you my journey as a trader: win, lose, blow up accounts, successful accounts, etc. I'm not here to try to tell you how great I am. I'm just literally here to show you my journey in trading. So as you can see right here with my Topstep dashboard up top here, I am, it looks like I'm a little bit in the red, but I'm actually very far in the red on the Topstep dashboard. I'm only down $500 here, but in reality that's down $1,500 because my max loss limit trails up with me. So my first night trading, I made about $1,200. Second night, I lost, I think it was $1,500. So that automatically puts me $1,500 in the red. That $1,200 doesn't count because my max loss trails up. The third night of trading was a flat night, no trades, didn't make any money that night. And then we're into tonight's trades. All right, so you're caught up. Let's show you tonight's trades. The rest of this video is basically just going to be the live trades that were chopped up from the night, and then again, be live trading Thursday night, 8 p.m. to midnight. All right, buddy. See you then. All right, I got a switch setting up here. Sorry if it's noise in the background. I got the kids playing in the home gym, which is right next to the office. I got a switch set up. I already did my calculations for my risk. I got my 2 contracts ready to go. I'm a little bit late to the party tonight. I got 16 seconds left. My risk settings over here real quick while I got the time. They're still where they're supposed to be. I'm going to lock those out so I can't get on tilt and change them later and regret it. Come back to the trade. Make sure that my tickers are the same. And I'm late.
Order filled.
I'm late now. Oh.
Order filled.
And I'm way late. So I'm fumbling the ball tonight. Fumble. So it looks like I'm risking more than I wanted to as well. So when you fumble your orders, traders, that's what happens. I ended up risking $1,200 instead of less than $1,000. So I broke a rule. That's because I was a little late to the party. Very distracted at home at the moment, as you can hear in the background. And yeah, just probably should just skip the trade and said, you know what, it is what it is. I'm going to have to miss it because I'm not prepared. But with yesterday, not having no trades, and the night before having both losing trades, the probability of this one being a winner was a lot higher. So I didn't want to miss it. And as a result, I'm going to start the night down $1,200. All right, stepped out and came back just in time. Looks like we get another switch setting up. This will be my second trade. If this is going to be red, then I'm done for the night. Hopefully it's not red. Part of me is like, I don't want to get short because this looks like it's just consolidating to go higher. But it's not for me to go off my feelings. I need to go off my statistics. I try to do all my risk by position sizing and not where I put my stops. If I can only risk $1,000, I need to only buy enough contracts to support that risk. And if one contract is too high, then I need to go over to the micros and trade over there. But you can see it is on a support area right now. It's still in the support area. So I'm going to basically get short in support on a long trend. It's kind of a dangerous trade. All right, here we go.
Order filled.
Short. The risk is, though, let's go back to 30-minute, is what if this red candle retraces first before it goes down there? Then I'm going to get stopped out on a retrace, and then it goes down without me, which would be really disappointing. But we're almost in my move to break even area, 487. Once it gets below 29487, I'm going to move my stop to break even plus a few dollars. Let me go back to the 1 minute candle. I hope I don't get tagged out break even for a few dollars again and then have it hit the target without me. Let me put a line in the chart for break even here. All right, so across my break even plus a few dollar line. So now I'm going to do that. So now it won't be a red trade anymore. Let's just hope it's a nice green trade. I could take my trade off the table right here because I'm at least making what I'm risking, and I've recovered my night. So we're going to wait for the target. So this area right now is the beginning of support. And that's why I say I could take my trade off right here because then I'm at least recovered my night and I've made what I've risked. And with a 69% win rate, that's still good. If I wasn't in a support area, I wouldn't even think about taking my trade off the table here because it still has room to go. But this could bounce from here, and that's the problem. And with the new 30-minute open and a potential retrace, there's a bunch of stuff telling me that maybe I should just take my profit. And at least I recovered green on the night, and I've made what I've risked 1-to-1, and we're good. Looking at those variables. If it wants to poke back down through here, maybe I'll move my stop to that green line and see instead of waiting. But at the same time, even if it's going to retrace, maybe it'll throw a tail in before it makes a wick and a body, and I'll still be in my target. Just trying to maximize my profits. Feels like I'm going to get tagged out break even. Oh, it's going to be so disappointing. Okay, new candles are open. New everything's open. Let's go tanky tanky.
Order filled.
Nope, looks like it's going to be one of those days, traders, where nothing is working. Just not catching a break. All right, we'll wait for the next setup. Yep, would you look at that? And let me tell you, I'm so frustrated right now. Same thing that happened to me this afternoon, or this account would already be like in a really great spot. This would have recovered my loser from tonight. That afternoon trade would have recovered my losses from the other night. I'd be golden right now. But, you know, sometimes it's just not clicking. It does feel, it's funny because I'm in a sim and it still feels like the market's out to get you and it comes up just enough to get you out and then run without you. It's like, how does that happen? This is the kind of stuff that gets me a little bit like on tilt sometimes. And that's why I think having risk settings in my platform helps a lot, is because, like, you know, I have a red night, and then, you know, and again, in an evaluation account, you can't have any red nights, or you can't have too many of them in a row or the count blows up, even if you have big green nights in between, because everything trails up with you, right? So at least with the Topstep. So you have a red night, then you have a no trade all night, then you have 2 trades today, and you get stopped out break even plus a couple dollars on them and watch them go without you. And then it's like, I really want to recover my account. This trade looks good. It looks like it's going up. I'm just going to jump back in. I'm just going to get in long. And it's like, why? Why would you do that? And it's because I want to recover that account. And then I have to remind myself, if you really want to do that, then just wait for the next setup, right? Wait for the probabilities to be in your favor. Right now, there's no probabilities in my favor. So what would that's straight casino trade, 50-50 trading. That doesn't usually work out very good. So I just got to remind myself, just wait for the next setup and stay the course, and then it'll be good to go. And if I do blow out this evaluation because I had a losing streak this week, then chances are, unless my strategy is completely dead, the next one, which should go, you know, go really easy. All right, getting short 2 contracts. All right, a little bit late on the trade, but at least we're in. Not too bad, not too late, but a tiny bit late there. All right, so there we go. So stopped out of that trade. That's unfortunate. So that's my second loser on the night. So that's gonna do it for tonight. I'm gonna finish the night down $2,152. It's not good for this account. Going to get in long here with this trade coming up. Have mostly a flat line right there. Let me take these off so you can see. If this breaks above here. Right here. If this wants to break out to the upside, I'm tempted to get in because we're bouncing off a major support area. And I may, so my rules are I'm 2 and I'm out, but here's the thing. Let's go look at the account right now. We'll show it over here in the dashboard. I'm at 147.307. My account closes at 146.512. So what that translates to now is I have like basically a little over $1,000, $1,200 that I can lose. So I could tomorrow reduce my risk to $500, give me 2 trades, give me 1 more day this week to try to recover. And if I have a green day tomorrow, that means I'll make about $1,500 and I'll be a bit on the way to recovery. And then on Sunday, I can do the same, get a bit more on the way to recovery. It just slows down the progress. So because this is just an evaluation account, or I trade that tonight, and then if I blow it out, I start a new account tomorrow. And if I have a green day, I'm so much closer to passing the evaluation. So do I trade out the night and see what happens and then just start over? Or do I trade responsibly with this account and it doesn't matter if it takes an extra couple weeks to pass it? Kind of thing. Like if this was going to reset in a couple days, maybe it'll be a different story. I would just go for it. But that's the thought behind whether to take this trade or not to take this trade. So I'm jumping in long because this is bouncing off a major support. We have mostly a flat line here. I mean, it's basically a flat line. So over in the risk settings, I should be out of trades. This is it says I have 2 trades remaining. I don't know, unless they change the way that thing works, I should be done with trades. Oh, I grabbed this by accident. I'll just delete it. All right, so we're on our way up here. All right, so it just closed. New 30-minute candles opening. I'm going to drop it and take it. All right, dropped it, took it. So that'll be nice. Give me about 750. Let me update my P&L here. I forgot to do that this that last loser. So now we're down $1,396. Nice recovery. Yeah, I wanted to try to be patient to let this run, but I can't take any chances. If anything, I just have to wait for that next setup. All right, so that's going to do it for tonight. I was going to stick around and take another trade so I can fully recover, or not fully recover, but recover a little bit more so I have a healthier position going into tomorrow. But this is where I start over trading, right? I'm only supposed to take 2 losers as it is. I'm only supposed to take this many trades. All my probabilities are based off of that. And I was going to stay up and keep on trading so I can recover the day, which is where my risk settings helped me out. I look over here and I'm locked out. I can't even trade the rest of the night. It's saying, no, that's not the probabilities. That's not the plan that you built. That's not the strategy that you built. So you're not allowed to trade because that's not part of the plan. So it's pretty nice to have those risk settings to help kind of keep you in line and protected. So I guess I'll be back tomorrow night, Thursday night, last night of the week trading. Let's go look at the stats. Not sure why this says negative 540. Should be down a lot more than that, but okay. Yeah, I guess it'll update and be correct maybe tomorrow. Yeah, this hasn't been very accurate. This what do they call it? The performance stats, unless like it's had time to like update like a day. Like tomorrow afternoon when I pull this up, it'll probably be all right. Yeah, none of this stuff looks good right now. Actually, let's go up here and look at this real quick. Average winning, average losing. So those are pretty close together. That's pretty nice. Best trade, worst trade. If this is accurate, all these numbers look good. I'm just having too much losing. So it looks like tomorrow will be the last night. I could still finish the week green tomorrow if Thursday night into Friday. even if I'm just risking 500 per trade and I make almost 1,000 on that trade, and I do have a couple setups, it's possible that tomorrow could end up being a green week overall, and this account could be back on track. We'll have to wait and see. It'll either be green tomorrow night, or it'll be a pretty big red week, and then probably just resetting for the following week. But yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, everybody. See you Thursday night.